Hi there! See this? Looks like an ordinary piece of plastic, doesn't it? But behind this piece of plastic is a revolutionary story. It all started in the 60s. When liquid color dye was coated onto car windows for aesthetic purpose, the car had to be jacked up to allow the liquid to flow down to cover the windscreen. This technique was messy and even posed environmental and health hazards by emitting toxic fumes. The idea of using film only came about in the 70s with the introduction of PET-based films that were basically dyed polyester. Dark-colored dye was added to the film. The good thing was that such films cut off glare and added color to car windows. The bad thing was that dyed film wasn't really good at blocking out all the heat. The 80s witnessed the improvement in window coating technologies, leading to a new breed of single-layered metallized films. Common types were made of aluminum, nichrome, and copper. They were good at blocking out heat, but they created a one-way mirror effect with a very reflective appearance. This was prohibited by the traffic authorities in most countries. Metallized reflective films also limited the amount of daylight entering buildings. By the early 90s, one technology broke all conventions. It set a new industry standard where the highest amount of infrared heat could be rejected by the thinnest of polyester films while maintaining sharp clarity. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was V-Kool technology. V-Kool uses wavelength selective technology. The original was first developed during the Arab oil embargo. It was applied on aerospace and military wear in the case of stealth bombers. Here is the state-of-the-art V-Kool production facility in Germany, where the DC magnetron sputtering machine resides. It cost $24 million at the time it was built. This is how the metal targets look like inside. Indium oxide, silver, and gold are the precious metal targets used in V-Kool. Shaped like a horseshoe track, layer after layer of rare metals are being sputtered onto the world's top 1% grade of polyester. Imagine, there are 7 to 10 stacks of such precious metals on this one piece of thin film. No wonder V-Kool films are able to selectively block off unwanted heat waves while allowing maximum daylight to enter. It's all thanks to this genius here, Dr. Gene Woodard. This is the man behind the invention of 10 multi-layer stacks of rare metals that form the Generation 2 V-Kool film. It can block off as much as 97% of infrared heat and still keep your windows clear. Hard to believe? Come on, let's have it verified. In this window film lab, researchers are subjecting the V-Kool film to stringent tests. This is the spectrophotometer lab equipment used by professional testing institutions. This curve shows the total energy being transmitted, from 780 to 2,500 nanometers, where the sun's infrared heat can be felt. This V-Kool film allows an average of only 3% of infrared heat to get past. The other curves show the measurements of a dyed and common metal film. The difference between the amount of heat being blocked off by V-Kool versus other films can be clearly seen. What's the shelf life of V-Kool film? You need this equipment called the Q-Sun Xenon Test Chamber. After 500 hours of accelerated weathering simulation, the V-Kool film still remains steady. Others, you can see the results for yourself. Don't understand the difference between V-Kool and others in the market? Let's turn to the thermal trap. This tool consists of a heat lamp, a substrate and a simple piece of thermal fax paper. When heat is absorbed, it leaves an imprint on the fax paper. One side of the substrate is coated with V-Kool and the other with heat-absorbing film. When heat passes through the substrate with the films, which side do you think will turn hot first? Clearly, this piece of ordinary film absorbs heat like a sponge, causing the thermal fax paper to burn. V-Kool does not allow the heat to pass through, and it remains clear. Now, you've heard that metallized films do not transmit signals and will affect your GPS, AutoGate, and mobile phone. Well, not for V-Kool. That's why European OEM glass makers have been using V-Kool technology on German-made cars up till today. Phew, is it getting hot in here? You're probably getting over 90% of infrared heat if your windows are not filmed at all. If you have a dark tint on your car that absorbs heat, you'll still get 80 to 90% of infrared heat. How about if you add 2 more layers of dark tint over this? How much cooler can your car get? Still as hot and way too dark. But let's replace with just one single layer of V-Kool 70. Let's see the results. The view is very clear and you feel cool. And if you put on a Generation 2 V-Kool 55 film that has 10 layers of rare metals, your window reflects up to 97% of infrared heat. The glass is just an inch thick, but it has the insulation of a 6-inch thick concrete wall because of V-Kool. This is why millions of car owners and car dealerships around the globe use V-Kool. You're not simply keeping yourselves cool with V-Kool, it's helping the environment as well. V-Kool reduces carbon dioxide output and saves fuel for car owners every year. No wonder this energy-saving fuel economy technology was voted one of the top 100 inventions of the millennium by America's Popular Science magazine. Today, V-Kool is the leader in spectrally selective technology. Have a clearer view, a cooler and a greener world.